Hi all. So just for kicks, how many of you are developers or creators of games? Okay. How many of you are from sort of the general ecosystem, ad-serving companies, supporting developers, etc.? And how many of you from big brands, either content creators or distributors? Okay, a couple. All right. So as she said, I have sort of a long and crazy circuitous career, which culminated in me starting Fingerprint 3 years ago with 2 kids in college, which may be the most inspired thing ever or completely insane. But here we are. So I've mostly been on your side of the table in terms of building games and building customer experiences in the interactive space, really sort of since the beginning. What we do is we started out as a consumer platform thinking that we could be a mobile games network for kids branded around Fingerprint. And then we very quickly realized that the power in what we were doing was actually to work with brands and content creators and distributors that were interested in being in the mobile game space. So I'll tell you a little bit about how we did that and why we did that. So, we'll start with a little video, and I'm going to apologize in advance. If I had known what would happen with Miley Cyrus and Robin Thicke, we never would have chosen this music. But as a startup, we don't spend a lot of time fixing crazy mistakes like this. Uh-oh. Hold on.
Everybody get up.
Tried to domesticate us, but we're some animals. Baby, it's in our nature. The music liberates us. We some mover shakers, and we ain't gotta fake it. That's why I say this. Kids world. I know you wanna. I know you wanna. I know you wanna join the kids world. Can't let it get past me. We keep it classic. Talk about getting flashy. I love these bird brains. I know you wanna. I know you wanna. I know you wanna join the kids world. Can't let it get past me. We keep it classic. Talk about getting flashy. I love these bird brains. I know you wanna. I know you wanna. I know you wanna join the kids world. The fun we're having. All we're doing is laughing. Go ahead and get at me.
Everybody get up.
So selling games used to be super simple. Just build a game, put it on the retail shelf, and hope that you could drive people through advertising and brand awareness into Target or Walmart, and they'd buy it. Today, it's super chaotic. I think you've probably gotten the message here at GDC that it's all about discovery and monetization, and with over 1.2 million apps, and literally 2/3 of them are not even ranked, and then literally millions of developers. It's just a really complicated environment for anybody to make a real living in this category. And yet we're in this space where mobile usage among kids and family has just exploded. The latest stats are something like 75% of kids and family in the US have access and almost daily use of mobile devices. And we're beginning to see that it's not just games that are being played. You're seeing video and mobile video really explode in this audience. And that's really putting us in a position where we need to figure out how to actually monetize that business. And if you're a consumer, you look in the App Store and you realize there is just so much content, I don't know what to buy, and it's super frustrating. And if you're a parent, you may actually be concerned about safety and in-app purchase and privacy issues. If you're a developer, you probably know you're mostly worried about being found in the App Store. And then lastly, if you're a content creator or a distributor, so whether you're in the media business or the education business, you're probably thinking, what happened to the days of being able to sell a SpongeBob branded PlayStation game for $40 versus a SpongeBob app for $2? Like, what's happened with the marketplace here? And so when we started Fingerprint, we were really thinking about this from the developer perspective, which was how could we build a mobile network direct to consumer. But what we realized sort of right away was we needed to look at the whole ecosystem, if you will, and realize that we could solve a problem for content distributors, content creators, as well as developers, and our Fingerprint business model was really born. So what we do is we help build a bridge with our technology platform between brands, developers, and consumers. Our insight really was there's a lot of companies out there that have large subscriber bases, whether it's Sylvan Learning Center, or it's a pay TV company, or it's another company that has a large engaged subscriber base. Why not figure out a way to sell our mobile content to them with our own network? So what we really do is we power custom mobile app networks. We sort of distinguish this in two ways. One is we create turnkey solutions for schools and businesses to operate their own networks, and then we source all the content. So there are really distribution opportunities for app developers to get their apps distributed under the brand halo of a much bigger partner. So some of our partners are people like Sylvan Learning Center, who's the largest private tutoring company in the United States, Samsung in Asia with their Kids Time service, and then we also work with the largest pay TV company in Southeast Asia, Astro, who sells a version of our platform actually to their pay TV subscribers. So in this case, we've curated a whole range of apps and within our network, and then we distribute those networks to these partners. So I'm going to show you what this really means by showing you a quick video about Sylvan. So here's a company that spends $30 million a year driving consumers into their centers. Their average ticket is about $2,000 a year for tutoring services. So for them to think about charging $5 to $10 a month for an app service to add on to their customer service was actually not a big leap for them once they started thinking about how important mobile really is in this environment. Okay, we have a small operator error issue here. Audio jungle. So what you see there is the power of kind of a major consumer brand taking our technology, apps that have been sourced by Fingerprint from people like you, and then distributed through all of their marketing channels. We also power branded mobile content channels, and so, for example, we're working with Cartoon Network in Asia on an initiative around language learning, where we're taking all of their apps and then doing a branded network for them. And so what we see is that there's the opportunity for some big brands that have branded content to actually also bring in third-party content that can be selected as being part of the network. So when we look at sort of all the things that we're doing right now, you can see we've got a range of partnerships, and we really share both the underlying technology as well as, in many cases, the apps across the various networks. So think about us almost like additional distribution points for your content. So at the highest level, what we do is we sort of change the game here by saying we're going straight from individual apps in the App Store to a whole network of content that's all linked together with the same tech platform and all sharing data across that app. So from a consumer perspective, what that does for you is it puts you in a position where once the consumer hears about your app and downloads the app from the App Store, they then have access to whichever network that they are in, so all the features around that. And then we actually use the network to cross-sell across all of our different content and develop that direct relationship between the parent and the child. So this is a little bit of an eye chart, but I think, as we think about why brands should be interested in content from third parties and why they would be interested in these kinds of networks, it really boils down to the statistics we showed in the very beginning, which is mobile has obviously exploded and everybody wants to be in the mobile business as viewing and gaming habits move into mobile. And so what we are really able to do is offer sort of this completely customized mobile network that can be sold by the partner and localized in every market. And that gets important because as partners think about how do they monetize their content and how do they build additional relationships and more valuable relationships with consumers, it's about improving their retention statistics, about improving the ARPU that they get from customers, and creating ancillary revenue flows. And so this is really a whole new business model for many of the partners that we deal with, and we're able to deliver that to partners like you. But, starting a mobile network or starting any kind of new mobile service for, multi-billion-dollar media and education companies is really tough. And so we really make it easy for both developers and the partners by building the platform, acquiring the content, and then actually managing the service. But for you, we make it super easy because we've created a SDK that can be integrated into any app in less than an hour of engineering time. And then once we've done that, we can deploy it across all of our various networks and really put you in the business of being a partner of one of these major brands. I'll let you download any one of the Fingerprint or Sylvan apps and check out what all the features are yourselves. But at a high level, basically social features, commerce features, cross-sell, and then support for things like multiplayer, et cetera, and loyalty, of course. So besides what you're seeing here in the kids space, our platform is really scalable and dynamic across all vertical markets. And so these are just some examples of some of the other kinds of networks that we are working on if you are not specifically in the kids space. And these are things that really aggregate all kinds of mobile content, whether it's video, books, games, et cetera, for partners that may be in different kinds of mobile businesses. So I thought very quickly I'd tell you a little bit about Samsung as a case study, because this will give you an example of sort of how we're working. So they came to us last year with a business challenge around establishing a new subscription service because they were really focused on enhancing their child-friendly positioning in Asia and then ultimately worldwide. And they really looked at the market and said trying to sell apps one app at a time would not necessarily accrue value to the hardware, and we're much more focused on can we deliver an experience that's convenient, quality user experience. And can we find the best-in-class apps around the world and bring them into that service and really make it happen super fast? So that's what we've been doing for most of the last 6 months, I would say, and I'm happy to say that we launched in June in Southeast Asia. And at a high level, what we've really done is taken our tech platform and created a curated catalog that's broken into easy to navigate pieces of content. So creativity, math, reading, just games, video, etc. And then we've created a way for the consumer to actually, and when I say the consumer, I mean the child, actually have the power to go through all the different types of content and look at them themselves. And the average kid is watching 3 to 5 videos that are basically game trailers every single time they go on the platform, which we think is kind of cool. We also created a range of parent features that would actually be a software solution that let the parent control what's happening on the device. So at its most simple, the parent can control how many minutes they want a child to be able to play any of the content. And then we also report out to the parent what the child has actually been playing, what insights we might have around if it's a learning product, and then of course we recommend what the child might like to do next. And that's fully integrated with Facebook, Twitter, email, etc. So they have the foundation for a CRM strategy. So when you think about, I have an app and I want to not only get it discovered, but I want it to be able to be monetized over the long haul, we've really created the whole back end to let partners do that. So I'll show you what I promise is the last of very short video, and this is something that was created to position the Samsung Kids Time service. So for you, I'd say we probably want to answer the question about why you should care and what you need to do to get in front of some of these major brands. I think we really look at this as branded networks are the future. And we see many partners that are looking to really expand their mobile offerings, and we think we can help you achieve partnerships with the kinds of people that are likely to get you big distribution opportunities. And also the halo effect of being part of a program with a Samsung or a Sylvan or a Cartoon Network, et cetera, in the future that could really help you build your brand, increase your revenues, and get to new partnerships around the world. So I only have a few minutes, but I'm happy to take any questions from